Can you believe it's been 3 decades since we first heard that familiar call, "I'm listening"? From the Seattle skyline to the witty banter in Frasier's apartment, this sitcom gave us sharp humor, unforgettable characters, and moments of true heart. Running from 1993 to 2004, Frasier wasn't just a spin-off, it became one of television's most iconic comedies. But have you ever wondered what became of the stars who brought it to life? Today, we're taking a look back at the cast of Frasier, then and now, to see how their lives and careers have transformed since those unforgettable days. Be sure to subscribe, and let's dive in. Kelsey Grammer as Dr. Frasier Crane. Dr. Frasier Crane, the sophisticated and witty psychiatrist, was portrayed by Kelsey Grammer. Born on February 21, 1955 in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, Grammer was 38 years old when he first took on the role in Frasier, following his introduction as the same character on Cheers. Frasier is known for his refined tastes, love of classical music, and comically complicated relationships, often clashing with his down-to-earth father, Martin, and his equally pretentious brother, Niles. The show explores themes of family, romance, and personal growth as Frasier navigates his career and social life in Seattle. After Frasier ended in 2004, Grammer appeared in projects like Boss, The Simpsons as the voice of Sideshow Bob, and blockbusters such as X-Men: The Last Stand. Though his career has seen both highs and personal struggles, he remains one of TV's most recognizable faces. As of 2025, Grammer is 70 years old and continues to work in television, film, and theater. He even reprised his role as Frasier in the 2023 revival, bringing the beloved character back for a new generation and cementing his legacy as one of television's most iconic sitcom leads. David Hyde Pierce as Niles Crane. Niles Crane, the fastidious and often neurotic psychiatrist, was portrayed by David Hyde Pierce. Born on April 3, 1959 in Saratoga Springs, New York, Pierce was 34 years old when he joined Frasier. Niles is known for his impeccable manners, obsessive attention to detail, and hilariously unrequited love for Daphne, often clashing with his brother Frasier over social pretensions and family matters. His quirks, intelligence, and vulnerability made him a fan favorite and a perfect comedic foil to Frasier. After Frasier ended in 2004, Pierce continued to thrive in television, film, and theater. He appeared on shows like The Good Wife, voiced characters in A Bug's Life and The Simpsons, and earned acclaim on Broadway, winning a Tony Award for Curtains in 2007. As of 2025, Pierce is 66 years old and remains active in acting and directing, with a legacy as one of television's most beloved and brilliant comedic actors. John Mahoney as Martin Crane. Martin Crane, the retired police officer and down-to-earth father of Frasier and Niles, was portrayed by John Mahoney. Born on June 20, 1940, in Blackpool, England, Mahoney was 53 years old when he joined Frasier. Martin is known for his warmth, practicality, and dry humor, often serving as the grounded counterpoint to his son's refined and neurotic personalities. His close bond with his dog Eddie and his sometimes clashing relationship with Frasier highlighted themes of family, acceptance, and love across differences. After Frasier ended in 2004, Mahoney continued acting in theater, television, and film, appearing in projects such as Moonlight Mile and lending his voice to animated features. Sadly, John Mahoney passed away on February 4, 2018, at the age of 77 due to complications from cancer. He left behind a legacy as a versatile actor whose portrayal of Martin Crane remains one of the most beloved sitcom fathers of all time. Perry Gilpin as Roz Doyle. Roz Doyle, the confident and quick-witted producer of the Dr. Frasier Crane Show, was played by Perry Gilpin. Born on May 27, 1961, in Waco, Texas, Gilpin was 32 years old when she joined Frasier. Roz is remembered for her sharp humor, colorful dating life, and close friendship with Frasier, often serving as his grounding force amid his intellectual arrogance. Fiercely independent, she balanced her thriving career with single motherhood after the birth of her daughter, Alice. Her no-nonsense attitude and unwavering loyalty made Roz one of the show's most relatable and beloved characters. Out of Frasier, Gilpin is recognized for her work on Hot in Cleveland, where she reunited with Jane Leeves, as well as her voice roles in Justice League and Superman, the animated series. She has also appeared in a variety of television films and guest spots. As of 2025, Peri Gilpin is 64 years old and continues to work in television, film, and voice acting. She even appeared in the 2023 Frasier revival, a nostalgic return that delighted longtime fans. Jane Leeves as Daphne Moon. Daphne Moon, the warm and eccentric live-in physical therapist, was played by Jane Leeves. Born on April 18, 1961, in Ilford, Essex, England, Leeves was 32 years old when she joined Frasier. Daphne is remembered for her quirky personality, occasional psychic visions, and her slow-blooming romance with Niles. Her journey from caregiver to wife and mother added both comedy and heart to the series, and her British charm made her one of the show's most endearing characters. Beyond Frasier, Leeves is best known for starring as Joy Scroggs in the hit sitcom Hot in Cleveland. She also appeared in shows like Seinfeld and The Resident, proving her range across both comedy and drama. As of 2025, Jane Leeves is 64 years old and continues to enjoy a successful acting career. Her role as Daphne Moon remains a fan favorite, celebrated for its humor, warmth, and heart. Dan Butler as Bob Bulldog Briscoe. Bob Bulldog Briscoe, the loud, brash, and hilariously over-the-top sports radio host, was played by Dan Butler. Born on December 2, 1954, in Huntington, Indiana, Butler was 38 years old when he first appeared on Frasier. Bulldog became known for his outrageous catchphrases, constant pranks, and larger-than-life personality, serving as a wild contrast to Frasier's sophistication. Despite his arrogance, Bulldog's vulnerability and comedic timing made him a memorable part of the series. Away from the world of Frasier, Butler is celebrated for his extensive theater work, including roles on and off Broadway, as well as appearances in shows like The Mist, House of Cards, and films such as Enemy of the State and Crazy, Stupid Love. As of 2025, Dan Butler is 70 years old and remains active in the entertainment industry, continuing to showcase his talent across various projects in television, film, and theater. Edward Hibbert as Gil Chesterton. Gil Chesterton, the flamboyant and theatrical food critic at KACL, was played by Edward Hibbert. Born on September 9, 1955, in Long Island, New York, Hibbert was 38 years old when he first stepped into the role. Gil is remembered for his dramatic flair, sophisticated palate, and hilarious rivalry with his fellow radio personalities. His larger-than-life presence and sharp one-liners made him one of the show's most colorful supporting characters. Beyond Frasier, Hibbert has appeared on stage in numerous Broadway and West End productions, showcasing his classical training and comedic timing. On screen, he has taken on guest roles in series like Law and Order and The Good Wife, while also lending his distinctive voice to the character Zazu in Disney's The Lion King franchise. As of 2025, Edward Hibbert is 70 years old and continues to work across both stage and screen. He even reprised his iconic role as Gil Chesterton in the 2024 Frasier revival on Paramount+, delighting longtime fans with his trademark wit and flair. Tom McGowan as Kenny Daly. Kenny Daly, the easygoing and often uncertain station manager at KACL, was brought to life by Tom McGowan. Born on July 26, 1959, in Belmar, New Jersey, McGowan was 39 years old when he first appeared on Frasier. While Kenny sometimes struggled with confidence in his leadership role, his relaxed attitude, gentle humor, and genuine care for the staff made him a warm and likable presence. His light-hearted friendship with Frasier gave the show a grounded charm and helped balance out its sharper personalities. Outside of Frasier, McGowan is well known for his roles in films such as Bad Santa, Sleepless in Seattle, and others. As of today, Tom McGowan is 66 years old and continues to remain active in theater, television, and film. Though his career is filled with diverse roles, many fans still hold a special place for his endearing turn as Kenny Daly. Patrick Kerr as Noel Shemsky. Noel Shemsky, the awkward but endearing sales representative at KACL with an unshakable crush on Roz, was played by Patrick Kerr. Born on January 23, 1956, in Wilmington, Delaware, Kerr was 38 years old when he first appeared on Frasier. Noel's mix of social clumsiness, obsessive love of Star Trek, and unrequited affection for Roz gave the show some of its most light-hearted and quirky moments. Beyond Frasier, Kerr has made memorable guest appearances on shows such as Curb Your Enthusiasm, Friends, and Will and Grace, where his comedic timing continues to shine. As of 2025, Patrick Kerr is 69 years old and remains active in acting, continuing to balance his work between stage and screen. Recently, he had a recurring role as Mr. Johnson in the Apple TV Plus series The Big Door Prize. Saul Rubinek as Donnie Douglas. Donnie Douglas, the charming yet ultimately unlucky fiancé of Daphne Moon, was brought to life by Saul Rubinek. Born on July 2, 1948 in Fürstenwald, Germany, Rubinek was 51 years old when he first appeared on Frasier in 1999. Donnie was a skilled lawyer with a big heart whose romance with Daphne seemed destined for happiness until she left him for Niles on the eve of their wedding. His mix of humor, warmth, and heartbreak made his storyline one of the show's most memorable arcs. Away from Frasier, Rubinek is widely recognized for his work in films such as Unforgiven, True Romance, and The Contender, as well as for his standout television roles in Warehouse 13, Hunters, and others. As of 2025, Saul Rubinek is 77 years old and continues to work actively in entertainment. While his time on Frasier was brief, his turn as Donnie Douglas remains unforgettable for fans of the series. Millicent Martin as Gertrude Moon. Gertrude Moon, Daphne's outspoken and sharp-tongued mother, was portrayed by Millicent Martin. Born on June 8, 1934, in Romford, Essex, England, Martin was 65 years old when she first appeared on Frasier. Gertrude quickly became known for her blunt humor, heavy drinking, and constant meddling in Daphne's life. Her clashes with Niles, along with her unapologetically candid remarks, added plenty of comedic friction, making her one of the show's most memorable recurring characters. Before joining Frasier, Martin was already well established as a performer. She gained fame in the 1960s for her satirical work on the British television series That Was the Week That Was, and she later built a career on stage in London's West End and on Broadway with standout performances in musical theatre. She also appeared in films and US television series, showcasing her versatility as both a comedian and actress. As of 2025, Millicent Martin is 91 years old. With a career spanning decades across stage, screen, and television, she remains celebrated for her wit, her theatrical talent, and her unforgettable turn as Gertrude Moon. Bebe Neuwirth as Lilith Sternin. Lilith Sternin, the sharp-tongued and icy ex-wife of Frasier Crane, was brought to life by Bebe Neuwirth. Born on December 31, 1958 in Newark, New Jersey, Neuwirth was 35 years old when she reprised the role of Lilith on Frasier after first originating the character on Cheers. Lilith's deadpan delivery, brilliant intellect, and cutting humor made her a perfect foil for Frasier, and her guest appearances added layers of complexity to his personal story. Outside of Frasier, Neuwirth is highly celebrated for her work on Broadway, winning Tony Awards for Sweet Charity and Chicago. She also had memorable roles in films like Jumanji and Green Card. As of today, Bebe Neuwirth is 66 years old, and she continues to work across stage and screen, admired as one of television's most memorable recurring characters. Marsha Mason as Sherry Dempsey. Sherry Dempsey, the lively and fun-loving girlfriend of Martin Crane, was portrayed by Marsha Mason. Born on April 3, 1942 in St. Louis, Missouri, Mason was 55 years old when she first took on the role of Sherry, a free-spirited, outspoken woman with a larger-than-life personality. Beyond Frasier, Marsha Mason is best known for winning Golden Globe Awards for her performances in Cinderella Liberty and The Goodbye Girl. Her acting career includes numerous other film roles, as well as Broadway and television work. As of today, Marsha Mason is 83 years old and continues to be active in film, television, and theater. She recently stepped in to replace Mia Farrow in the production of The Roommate, and she is also developing directing projects, including a water-themed show with acrobats. Harriet Sansom Harris as Bebe Glazer. Bebe Glazer, Frasier's cunning and manipulative agent, was played with flair by Harriet Sansom Harris. Born on January 8, 1955 in Fort Worth, Texas, Harris was 38 years old when she first appeared in the role. Bebe's relentless ambition, over-the-top schemes, and no-nonsense negotiating tactics often pushed Frasier into ethically questionable situations, making her one of the show's most entertaining recurring characters. Away from Frasier, Harris has enjoyed an impressive career in theater, winning a Tony Award for Thoroughly Modern Millie. She has also made appearances in shows like Desperate Housewives and The X-Files. As of 2025, Harriet Sansom Harris is 70 years old, and she remains active in television, film, and theater, admired for her versatility and sharp comedic timing. Felicity Huffman as Julia Wilcox. Julia Wilcox, the tough and ambitious financial analyst at KACL, was played by Felicity Huffman. Born on December 9, 1962 in Bedford, New York, Huffman was 40 years old when she joined Frasier in its final season. Julia was introduced as a no-nonsense business reporter whose sharp wit and cutting remarks often clashed with Frasier's refined sensibilities. Beyond Frasier, Felicity Huffman is known for her roles in Sports Night, the film Magnolia, and Desperate Housewives, among others. Presently, Felicity Huffman is 62 years old and still active in the entertainment industry. She's currently starring as Dr. Joan Ridley in the second season of Fox's medical drama, Doc, which began in September 2025. And that brings us to the end of our look at the transformations of the Frasier cast, then and now. Who is your favorite character? How does it feel knowing that some of the cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey down memory lane, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We truly appreciate your support and are thrilled to have you as part of our community.